Aftermath is very well acted. The shot composition and cinematography, particularly, are standouts here. They're very much in line in what you would typically expect to find in the kind of post apocalyptic genre on the feature side, just done on a much smaller and, in this case, quite intimate scale. It really keeps us focused on these two characters and their relationship while still understanding that there is a whole wide, crazy, destructive world around them that has brought them to this impossible position. It's very well done all around.
Aftermath. Okay, this was a very interesting short film. I think it was very well done when it comes to its production. I think that the attention to detail on the makeup and the clothes and the production design were all very realistic. I also liked the performances very much. I thought that both the guy who happens to be the director and writer of this film and the young woman, the girl, they were they were both very convincing. They have there was a nice sense of tension during the fight, and I love how they team up. They become friends by the end of the story. I think that this change, this twist, was cleverly done because I felt like the theme of the film was to explore how people kill each other to survive, to the point they lose sight, they lose their personas they used to be in the process. And at the end of the day, this whole fighting between two different groups, two different people, it's pointless because they should be more concerned about the bigger threat. And by the time these two characters realize that there is no escape to what's happening, they just stop fighting with each other and they become friends. And I like that idea. I think it's a film that reflects on what's happening in the world right now in many different ways. Whether it be with our neighbors or the people inside our country that we don't agree with, or different political tensions around the world. Uh, I think that the film managed to capture that nonsense of people killing people just because they're trying to survive, because they think differently. I don't know. When instead they should be thinking about how to solve the biggest problems, the biggest monsters, the biggest threats. Uh, because otherwise we won't have a choice. All this killing and fighting will lead to a pointless end. So I think it was a really good short film. It's amazingly well done. It gets the attention of the viewer right away from the opening, and I really like to have the chance to see more work of this filmmaker. He seems to be very promising. So thanks for saying it, and well done.
I really liked the concept for this short film, Aftermath. It took place in almost a post-apocalyptic or war zone video game kind of setting, and I thought that idea came across really well. I thought the stories and emotions they got across were really great for such a short film. It felt very complete in that way. And I really loved the ending where they switched to the brighter, more earthy reality coloring when they share the music. It's like a break from that reality, and I thought it was a really great touch.
Aftermath gives this sort of Hunger Games, Squid Games, this post-apocalyptic vibe in this and the world that we know it as it is not the world these characters are living in. And we're seeing the aftermath. We're not seeing the chaos. We're not seeing what got them to this point in time. We're just simply sharing a moment with them, where they're at their meet's end, essentially. And these two characters, despite having this violent showdown, it seems, are now being able to have a conversation and sort of recognize that the world that surrounds them led them to have this moment together that was at first violent because it seems like one character had stabbed the other character, which always makes things a little bit more spicy in the storytelling world. But you can see that there's more to these characters that led to those decisions, and through their conversation of acknowledgement and acceptance, almost we get to sort of put the pieces together of what led them to this moment. But we can see that they've been through the ringer, and it's a visual telling of us seeing them wounded and dirty and just in the ground of the grit of it all.
What I liked about Aftermath was the writing. I think y'all packed a lot of story and a lot of world building into 9 minutes. It felt like Hunger Games. It felt like in the best way possible. And I love Hunger Games. I love YA. I was all into the Hunger Games, Maze Runner, post-apocalyptic, Divergent, post-apocalyptic YA, whatever. That whole genre, I was all into it back then. I still into it now. It worked then, and it works here. Um, I really like, but I think really what stands out about this film is the writing. Because it's like it really made put me in this world. You made me just through the two people's conversation, and then like the sound design with the announcements and whatnot. Like, uh, it really like drew me in, and I felt like okay, I'm ready to get a feature and see where this goes. So, and I think that takes skill, you know. Uh, well done, great job.